Hello. So welcome and thank you for joining me at Digital Leaders. My name is Tom Downing and I'm Strategy and Innovation Director at Freestyle, and we're a digital product studio. Now today I'm going to be talking about using emotion-first technology to reinvent the travel search experience. And the premise of this talk is based around rationale on how we actually go about choosing to go on holiday and the decisions that we take. Taking these new insights, I will run through how you can deliver on them with sensory-led technology. So we commissioned a study to discover the behaviours, thoughts and attitudes of over 2,000 UK adults when it comes to travel. And we discovered the truths behind consumer behaviours within travel and how the industry can own ultimately more of the booking and planning phase. Now, some of these results triggered us to challenge the way in which the industry goes about offering the searching of holidays. Now, there's a download link on my Digital Leaders talk page, but if you'd like to reach out to me on LinkedIn, then I can send you a copy, please do. So the key takeaway from this talk is that we go on holiday to change how we feel. We found that in all instances, we choose to go on holiday to change our feelings. So why do holiday searches ask where I want to go or what type of holidays I want to see? What if we didn't have to make any of these decisions? With a level of disruption to the travel industry and continued unknowns of how and when we can go on holiday again in front of us, we wanted to challenge the industry on how we as consumers go about selecting an appropriate holiday. A recent study showed that while 70% of people holiday to the same place every year, the underlying reason is the same, that we go on holiday to change how we feel. A guy called Gerald, who's a Harvard business professor many years ago, concluded in his research that emotions are the main driver in how we make decisions. So much so that in fact 95% of decisions are subconscious. So taking ourselves, our family or our friends away on holiday is the ultimate thing we look forward to each year and been put off for so long. So why is the discovery of where we want to go so painful and riddled with frustration and ultimately based on conscious decisions? If we can understand how somebody wants to feel, the industry can deliver a more relatable holiday choice up front and maintain excitement, anticipation that everybody should have right at the start throughout going on holiday. And this is the premise of today's talk. So why do we go on holiday? Let's firstly take a step back and see where it started. So traveling is not just for humans. Animals have done it in search for food, warmth and better homes, and historically humans too. And after securing those basic needs of food and warmth and shelter, travel for leisure reasons would still have a bit more time before it became a thing. Cue the Industrial Revolution in the UK, when it became fashionable to travel to warmer climates. Today, travel has evolved to become a new kind of necessity, an escape from the mundane. It is now the most popular leisure activity in the world. Why? Because traveling for leisure reasons changes how we feel. We often relax, we broaden our horizons, we experience and learn new things, new cultures, and we get excited at the thought of doing that because it makes us feel good. Taking a step further back, I'm sure all of us know who Thomas Cook is. So it started out with Thomas Cook originally organising his first trip by train from Leicester to Loughborough, all 12 miles of it, back in 1841. And by 1855, he was running tours to Europe. Now, these weren't package holidays as we know now, of course, but they were more escorted tours for the wealthy people wanting to experience new cultures. Fast forward to 1939, when a new law in Britain came about that said everybody must have 1 week's annual paid holiday. Right up until 1950, small, infrequent, expensive planes and a shortage of hotels meant that foreign travel was only for the wealthy. It became to the mid-60s when it gave way for package holidays as we know them now. The Boeing 737 made travel quick, affordable, and scalable for holiday providers. The average work holiday allowance per year and school holidays still dictates a lot of the duration and frequency in our holiday behaviour. Fast forward today, and the UK holiday makers contribute to £43 billion per year. So what's changed since 1841 then? Our needs as humans have obviously hugely evolved. They've become uber complex, and the choice of holiday experiences is now vast and widely accessible. What's changed in the last 12 months? More time to reflect. Our holiday annual getaway habits have been disrupted. Therefore, we have more time to reflect and dream of new places to go and new places to experience. I'm sure you're all thinking that the last 12 months has prevented and stopped all of this market growth. However, our desire to holiday is rapidly recovering. Interestingly, while summer holidays bookings this year are still down to continued restrictions, booking for summer holidays next year are significantly ahead of normal rates. After COVID, we're so desperate to get away that 73% of us are planning some kind of holiday this year, probably within the UK. This creates a different type of challenge for the industry. It's no longer about last-minute deals and last-minute breaks. It's more exploring new possibilities. People have more time to dream. So how do we choose where we want to go currently? For most of us, our holiday search experience looks something like this. The holiday search and booking experience is somehow broken. 80% of Brits book repeat holidays, somewhere where they've been before, a familiar place, somewhere where you already know you're going to have a good experience. But generally speaking, the holiday search experience is a disappointing, lengthy process. Why is it? Well, what happens when you don't know where you want to go, or you can't, or for whatever reason, you don't want to go somewhere else because you don't know where else might be suitable for you? What if this place here in this picture means nothing to you? Well, in fact, it's a beautiful Italian island called Elba, and not many people actually know about it. Only a few people know that Elba is connected to Napoleon, and he has been extremely important character for the island, preserving many of his major works. And my point with all of this is that if you do not know about these places and haven't heard about them, how would you even know if you wanted to visit them? The reason is that there are three crucial flaws in our current holiday search experience. Experience homogeneity. You all look and feel the same as I'm going through and searching for a holiday. Category semantics. Holiday categories mean different things to different people. And decision paralysis. There's too many big choices up front. So let's take a look into these. The first is homogeneity. If we as providers have access to the same data, the same best practices, the same rationale of why humans do and behave in the way they do, we as brands inevitably are going to start and do look all the same. Customer experience tells us that speed and efficiency is the key strategy to take, reducing friction to ultimately improve conversion rates. Sure, this moves us through the booking journey quicker, but at what cost to the user? People take time to make decisions, particularly when booking holidays. The tactics used within the industry to instill urgency and fear of missing out are ethically debatable. And ultimately, there is a lack of brand recall. You all look the same, you don't stand out, therefore I don't remember you, I don't talk about you. The second flaw is semantics. Now, a beach holiday to you may be completely different to me. When I see beach holiday as a category, I think of relaxed, isolated sunsets. Somebody else might think pumped up, crowded, music-driven beaches. During our interviews and desk research, we found that people's interpretations of how we categorize holidays can be wildly different from one another. This is because words mean different things to you and me. All our interpretations are defined by our past experiences. My reaction to reading this as a city break drums up feelings of busy and loud and exciting. Somebody else could think isolated, quiet, cultural. So there must be a way to take into account what we subconsciously and emotionally want to get from an experience when we're on holiday. And secondly, a way for us to translate that into new experiences and new destinations. The third flaw, decision paralysis. We, the industry, force customers to make too many choices too quickly upfront. When booking a getaway holiday currently, we have to fill in the gaps by guessing and making assumptions about how the holiday will feel. This often leads to the holiday search rabbit holes that we all do and all experience, decision paralysis and an overwhelming amount of decisions, and ultimately uncertainty about whether a holiday will deliver for ourselves. Add friends, family, children to the mix who all want different things, results in a complicated, convoluted process. Travellers on average spend 53 days visiting 28 different websites over a period of 76 online sessions, which I think is staggering. More than 50% of those will be checking social media for travel tips and advice and guidance. Now that's a complex, painful experience, not what you want when you're trying to book your dream getaway. The search and discovery of the holiday experience has ultimately forgotten about the emotional journey that holidays enable. Thomas Cook here back in 1850 created something compelling and emotional that captured people's hearts. We need to remember this and deliver on our feelings up front. So what does all this lead towards and conclude? It boils down to the search experience isn't fit for purpose. People want change or to heighten the way that they feel. This is why we go on holiday. The anticipation, excitement, memory to recreate, discover new places with your children, walk that famous mountain, swim in those blue caves. We remember them so vividly because they change the way we feel emotionally. So how can the industry start understanding how customers want to feel through technology? And once you understand that, how can you deliver on those feelings? So we know people choose to go on holiday to change the way they feel. How can we use technology to detect this and then deliver highly personalized recommendations? Machine learning has come a long, long way in recent years, and it's become much more accessible for brands to experiment with. Ultimately, we can build in sensory measurement to our digital experiences. Machine learning can measure sentiment in language, tone of your voice, your facial recognition, along with image libraries to train patterns at scale of how all of us react. You combine all of these and tactics to be experimented with to detect how the user is feeling. You can deliver a highly personalized recommendation. Now, this experience, this animation you can see up there is something I've been experimenting with, because there's so many accessible frameworks out there that make experimenting with machine learning fun and relatively easy. Today's recognition tools, this isn't something new. It can be found in many places: national security systems at airports, in education, in hiring startups, in software that detects psychiatric illness, and policing programs that claim to predict violence. However, your reaction via your face alone has been proven that it isn't a reliable source to portray how you're feeling. So we need to combine multiple sources to become more accurate and understand emotion. Of course, there are lots of ethical issues behind all of this. So the return value to the consumer, if you're going to use this technology, has to be significant, and you have, as a brand, have to be very transparent in how you're using it. So if you know this and you understand and detect how somebody wants to feel, delivering on that can now give a heightened immersive experience to bring the individual into what it would really feel like being on this holiday. Now, binaural 3D audio is a technology that's been around for 20, 30 years now, and it helps create super realistic, accessible soundscapes. And it works, as you can see in this photo here. by replicating how the human ear receives sound waves through a microphone. Now, once captured, the beauty of binaural audio is that anybody with standard headphones can experience it. And we've used this concept, and I'll show you it later. Tone of voice. As I go through this experience and you start to understand how I feel, if I'm more of an adrenaline person, or I want to feel more isolated and get away to quiet cultural places, the tone of voice can adapt and change and learn and understand about and try to portray the actual experience of a holiday and suggest them in different ways. Web app sensors. Web app mobile technologies become hugely more accessible in recent times. Hooking into things like orientation of how you're moving your mobile phone, gesture recognition, you can all use these to then create more of an immersive experience around you, replicating what it would feel like on a beach or an experience as you turn your phone around you. Once set, in theory, you could then invite friends and family into the experience to capture how they want to truly feel, because often we go on holiday with groups of people. And we all have different feelings and we all have different needs. All of this combined together, in theory, you could do something like this, where as I'm going through the experience, the system itself, your product is learning about how I want to feel on the holiday, and it's tailoring the types of experiences that would be suitable for me. So what might the future holiday search look and feel like? So we're a digital product studio, and naturally we love playing around with technology, and more so when we're looking to solve a problem. So when we identified the experience of travel search, that it could be something that could be improved, we came up with a new proposition. We're going to let your vibe decide and tech power it all. The most memorable and delightful moment of a holiday search experience is when you can first imagine what it feels like when you're there. So we developed a concept to deliver on this, and it's called Genie. The search and discovery phase of the holiday experience is broken, and here is how we intend to fix it.
I go on holiday to change how I feel. So why do holiday searchers ask where I want to go? Again. Gentle waves, some distant chatter, maybe a boat on the water. Peaceful, that's what I want. Now some views. Relaxing, but lonely. Beach posing, no thanks. Ah, perfect. Now for food. Can't beat Italian. Salad? Not on holiday. That's more like it. Fresh gnocchi. I'll save that one. My holiday is coming together. I feel like I'm there already. It's Pinterest for the senses. And I can invite my friends too. Alice and I both want to be by the water, so let's make that essential. Okay, Genie, find our holiday. No more endless scrolling through options or second guessing what I want. Just the getaways that feel right for me. Now, where's my suitcase? I go on holiday to...
So thank you very much. So yes, apologies. I think there was a bit of a sound issue at the start there. There's a link there you can see the bottom of that to go and view the case study and the video in detail at freestyle.agency/Genie. So Genie replaces the most frustrating parts of the booking process with sensory-led exploration to unlock holiday decisions that are true to you. And in our vision, technology redefines the dreaming and planning phases of travel. I think Genie's aim is to redefine the dreaming and planning phase because it lets you book your holiday based on how you want to feel when you get there, Think everything from discovery phase to sharing with people and curating your perfect getaway. So just wrapping up now in summary, the main key takeaways from our view in travel is to try to reduce the biases in decision-making when choosing a holiday. Create an exciting upfront experience and maintain that level of anticipation like it should be, not the painful days of trawling online. Improve the discoverability of different places, different holiday types. Try to capture, from Thomas Cook's old days, the audience's hearts and minds and feelings, and deliver the emotional journey when searching for your holiday. And thank you very much for attending my talk. As I said at the start, if you'd like a copy of our latest thought leadership piece, where you can discover the truths behind consumer behaviour in travel and how you can own more of the booking and planning phase, grab a copy on my Digital Leaders talk page, or you can reach out to me in that link below on there directly onto LinkedIn. Thank you very much and have a good day.